The Marine Corps' casualty section is extremely unique compared to our sister services. The main difference is we are completely consolidated. The Army, the Navy, and the Air Force, they have regionalized entities that deal with their casualties across the continental United States as well as around the world. Our assistance, our casualty section, is essentially within a 800 square foot area. The most important duty of a CACO, per the definition of the order, is to be the commandant's representative to the next of kin. This starts at the very beginning. We notify this individual that they're going to be the CACO. They're going to conduct initial notification, which, as you've seen in movies and TV shows, they're going to the doorstep, they're going to knock on the door on behalf of the Commandant of the Marine Corps, and so on. They're then going to provide administrative assistance, logistical assistance for the funeral, for the burial, just about every odds and ends that they need to close out that individual's administrative functions. That, per the definition, is what a CACO does. The intangibles of a CACO, that's really where it falls into what we see day in and day out. So when I say that, they're not just performing these administrative functions and funeral planning. They become the true representation of the Marine Corps for that fallen Marine's next of kin. This is normally a lifelong relationship. It doesn't necessarily stop whenever this CACO has finished their report. The family will rely on this CACO, normally longer into the future.
For an illness or an injury, whether that's a car accident, an illness, cancer, leukemia, stuff like that, I'm calling the family over the phone to let them know what's going on. Sometimes in situations, if it's a car accident, the family's being recommended bedside from the report that we have. So we set up the flights to help the family get to their son or their daughter. For the casualty, for the fallen Marine, we're setting up teams, and it's usually two. It's always two for the notification part of it. But it's at least a staff NCO or above, and they're going out. We do not, and I'll add to this, we do not make a notification unless the situation dictates from midnight to 05. So we're not making notifications from that time. But from 05 all the way to midnight, if we get a deceased Marine, we're sending out a team to go notify the family in person.
We have a CACO that tells us as well that they are struggling. We immediately remove them from the assignment. We talk to the unit, make sure, of course, that the unit fully understands they're not being removed out of punishment or anything they did wrong. We make sure that CACO is taken care of. We stand up a new CACO, and we'll continue the process so the family is still taken care of. But again, my goal is to take care of Marines. So if that CACO is struggling, I'm going to take care of that CACO as well.
Each time you knock on the door, it's going to be something different. So it's not like if they've done it once that they're going to be savvy on the next one. So I think that's one of the main things about this program is I agree that the men and women that work in my office, it's a very heavy topic. We work hard. We work 24/7, 365. But the majority of the credit goes down to those men and women who actually have to deal with that visceral experience of knocking on a door and telling a mother and a father or a spouse. You have to get through that message. You do. And there's a reason that two people have to go and conduct notification. Because that's not, and this is what we say during training as well, we always appreciate it if a chaplain goes for notification as well. That's not just for the family. That's for the CACO as well. This is a very, very hard job, and the first 24 hours is about as hard as it gets. So my advice would be harden your heart to get through that notification, and then open your heart to make sure that you can take care of the family.
When I do CACO trainings across the world, I always tell Marines, it's kind of like a weatherman. A weatherman kind of prepares you for what's coming, but he cannot tell you what exactly is going to happen. So I can brief you for 30 minutes and brief you as best as I can. But once you're making a notification of a deceased Marine at a mother or a father's doorstep, I can't tell you what's going to happen once that door opens. a notification and you have a wife and children involved, you just want to get them together, just get on their level, and just give condolences on behalf of the commandant. And there's a verbiage that we always send out to Caicos, and we tell them, stick as close as you can to the verbiage, but I always tell them, make it heartfelt. And do not read from the condolence that you have, but make it heartfelt. One rule for a Caicos is you want to ensure and be sure that that child feels safe, because that child's foundation has now been shaken to its very core, because mommy or daddy's not there anymore. Whether that's car accident, suicide, whatever the death is, but their foundation is shaken. So it's our job as case managers to be sure the CAICO understands, hey, if that child needs you, you better be sure you're doing it. I've seen the cost of war, and I don't wish that upon anybody, but at the end of the day, I'm very thankful because I got to meet heroes' families. We look at heroes today as celebrities, but heroes are in Arlington. Heroes are Medal of Honor recipients. Those are true heroes. Celebrities is just somebody who can act on the camera. Good for them. But heroes, someone who's willing to give their life for their country, someone who's willing to give their life for something that's so much bigger than them, that's just amazing. And I'm very thankful that I can just help in some way, somehow.